So what's the point of being shy? And what's the point of doubting yourself? You might as well have faith and have confidence. And even if you don't really have confidence and if you don't really have faith in yourself, why not pretend? Why not pretend like you do? If you pretend like you've got faith and if you pretend like you have confidence, that's going to make you take action. But if you let the unbelief and the self-doubt keep you from taking action, you might never get that girl, and you might never do that thing that you want to do with your life. As you walk through life and you try to apply these principles, you're going to come across situations and people where it just won't work. It doesn't seem to work. Hey.
Hi, you right?
You're really cute.
Oh, thank you.
Can I have your number?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
He had no faith, so he expected failure, therefore he did not persist. Girls are designed to test men for faith, for two reasons: prepare the unprepared by pain of rejection, select the prepared for reproduction.
Yo,
Right.
what are you doing around there?
Walking
Where are you walking to?
into work.
What, you shy? Can't you look at me?
I'm not shy.
Yeah, you are
I'm
shy.
Pretend like you're the confident one and she's the shy one.
Listen, I'm going to take your number, then we're going to talk. Yeah?
What about? What about do you want to talk?
Whatever I want to talk about is what we're going to talk about, okay? And you're going to like it.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously.
Faith predicts the way things, yet future, are going to happen. Your faith-filled word is your sword in life. Use it. Speak. Predict.
Your words pave your path. You must talk to cut through all the crap.
Validate yourself, don't seek it externally.
This is seeking validation.
Faith doesn't seek validation. Faith assumes validation.
Doubt seeks validation.
You think I'm nice? You like me? You think I'm attractive? You think I'm good enough to maybe talk to you?
Instead of do you think, it should be you think.
You think I'm attractive. You like me.
Faith tells, doubt asks.
What? You don't like me?
I didn't say that.
That's just terrible. You can't say that to a human being.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? You are a...
Doubt is affected by her reality and reacts to it. Faith is unaffected and maintains the self-delusion she likes me.
You know, you're almost my type.
Females are designed to respond to faith and dominion. Dominion is perceived by them as a willingness to dominate. A willingness to dominate is also a willingness to challenge.
Almost. What do you mean almost?
Is that your real hair?
Why would you think that is not?
I don't know. Apart from being cute and that,
Yeah.
what else do you do?
He's trying to make her seek his acceptance, and the reason for that is, in the book of Genesis, the way God designed the female, he said he would make for the man a suitable helper. Her emotional circuitry responds favorably to a man that makes her feel like he's qualifying her.
Is that your business?
Instead of answering, she's challenging him. And she's doing this because the woman has to pick her mate by how dominant he is and by how much confidence he has, because those are the two things that's needed in life to succeed. Faith and dominion. She's programmed to respond to that. She's not programmed to respond to the man qualifying himself to her.
Obviously, you're trying to be cute. No, seriously, apart from being cute, what else can you do? Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook, I can clean.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
What can you make? Like beans and toast?
Beans and toast. I don't even like beans.
Ah, cool. That's what you're missing out in your life.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Right, what do you like? Eggs and tuna.
Now, can you see? She's trying to validate herself to me. The first guy came seeking validation. This guy is getting her validation. So she's like, what do you like? Eggs, tuna. And then if I'm like, eggs, tuna, I like eggs. Tuna smells a bit. I don't like tuna. Is that all you can make? Tuna? Oh my goodness. I can't
What?
even do
I
anything
can't
with
wait.
you.
I don't like both of them.
She's validating herself to me again. Do you see that?
Have you ever thought about the fact that females aren't attracted to monkeys, sexually speaking. That means they're programmed specifically to fall in love with something, a particular kind of image. And that image is the image of God. In the book of Genesis, God created man in his image and in his likeness. God is a king, he has a kingdom, he has dominion. When God created man, he created a kingly being and he gave him dominion. You have made him a little lower than God and have crowned him with glory and honor. You made him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. You have put all things under his feet. This reading is from the Bible. Everything in life is designed to respond to the dominion man has. God is not beta. He did not create any beta males. As repulsed as a woman might be to kiss a chimpanzee is as repulsed as she would be to be with a man that has no dominion. Every male was born to be alpha. Every male was born to have dominion. A being without faith, a being without dominion, is the furthest thing from God's personality and from God's image. You can see how it's repulsive to the woman. She can't even recognize that. She's like, is that even a man? She's programmed to recognize and respond to the image of God, which is a man.
Ooh.
Did you hear the sound she made? I didn't tell her to make that sound.
Notice the vigilant head movement of one male versus the downward head tilt of the other male. There are two male personality types. Tender male, keeper male. Tender means nurturer, keeper means protector. Who would you choose to guard your garden or anything precious that you have? An overexcited and friendly dog, or a calm, assertive dog or dominant dog?
Tender persona, welcoming, open body language. Keeper persona, challenging, defensive body language.
So you see, demonstrating a willingness to dominate is so important, and they find it sexually attractive. When your eyes are tense, when your body language is up, when you demonstrate aggression, you look like you're willing to dominate the environment. But when you're like, you look confused, you look like you're willing to submit, girls don't find that attractive.
God is both a tender and a keeper. And a man was created to be like God, to tend and to keep. It says, and the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to tend it and to keep it. He's a nurturer and a protector. As you observe this male, doesn't he look like a bodyguard in the Garden of Eden, just looking for where the enemies might be coming from? Now, when you look at this guy, imagine him being the bodyguard in Eden. It's disgraceful. It's like, what?
My pet is disgusting. Do you know you look disgusting?
Did you hear that? That is crazy. And all it takes is just straightening up. I'm not talking about a perfect body posture, but just straightening up enough, maintaining eye contact with the thing. Like you're ready to protect your territory. What do you like? I just want you to be totally honest. Nice guys or bad boys?
Bad boys with nice personality.
A guy who does what you tell him to do, or a guy that tells you what to do?
The guy that tells me what to do.
You're in a room full of so many beautiful girls. They all have nice hips, nice breasts, nice faces. And there's one guy. There are 10 of you girls, but there's one guy. Do you want that guy to pick you because of how you look? Or do you want that guy to pick you because of your personality?
For personality?
You like to be picked for your personality?
Yeah, definitely.
But if he walked up to you and he's like, I want to make you my girlfriend because of how beautiful you are.
No.
Why?
He's not going to make me his girlfriend because the way I look.
Why?
Because that's dumb. That's just dumb.
Why is that dumb?
Because it means that he's got nothing in his head rather than sex and in my body.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a suitable helper. She's designed to desire to be picked for being suitable, qualified for the man for more than sex, for purpose. It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a qualified co-worker. She's for your life work. She may likely lose attraction for you if you leave your purpose to focus on her.
A guy who wants to make you his everything in life. He wants to wake up in the morning, ring you, he just cares about you. Or a guy who's focused on his purpose and sometimes you and him talk.
So chasing dreams together is the best.
But if you had to pick one of the two?
So I'd rather him to chase his dreams and then give me some time, because that's his destiny, if that makes sense.
Bad boy with nice personality. Her answers seem contradictory, but they are describing XY, a tender keeper.
You know how we talk about the two different kinds of males, X and Y, tender and keeper? There are two different kinds of chemicals that run through the body, because those two personality types are powered by chemicals, by emotions. So we've got X chemicals and Y chemicals. Okay, but here's the thing. When your body gets a lot of Y chemicals, the way you look even starts to change and starts to look more masculine. You can make Y chemicals surge through your body. You could put your body through activities that make you harder, that help you to experience masculinity. For instance, conditioning the body. You know, like conditioning your knuckles and that. It's good for combat, right? But it's good as a way of making your body experience Y chemicals, testosterone. When you're on your own and you're training like raw, allow yourself to explore your masculine chemicals. But anyway, say I'd condition my knuckles, for instance. And my body experiences that pain, and it's kind of hard to finish doing that and then be all soft with a girl. Or with anything in life, it just hardens you up. It doesn't matter if your chest is going up to the bar or if it's your chin that's going up to the bar, whatever. Brother, just pull up, do what you're comfortable doing, okay? And keep doing it. Your body will get a certain shape, and girls like that shape. And look, it's not about doing 20 or 50. Do as many as you can do. But I want you to do as many as you can do diligently, because it's the diligence that gives you results. Do these ones, wide grip pull-ups, to give your body that V shape. So brother, you've done pull-ups, you've worked your back. Now let's work the chest, okay? So you do press-ups, squeeze, you see? See that? It works it. Forget about doing 1,000, brother. Do about 20 repetitions, and do 3 sets of that every day. No more than 6 days a week, okay? You need to rest. And when you first start off, maybe all you can do is 2. Do 2 every day, okay? Do 3 sets of 2 every day. So that would be 1, 2. You rest for a little while, you know, and while you're resting, you might get some depressing thoughts come into your head about bad things in your life. Chase them away. Maintain your joy. The Bible says, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it comes the issues of life. And it's so true, man. Okay, you're ready for another set. Whilst we're talking about press-ups and that, I want to talk to you guys about being happy. A lot of times in life, you get opportunities to be unhappy. And those opportunities might be justified. Maybe you had a really bad childhood and people mistreated you. So you got used to feeling sorry for yourself. And yeah, you deserve to feel sorry for yourself. Definitely. But the thing is, when you feel sorry for yourself, when you allow yourself to become depressed, you charge your environment with the wrong kind of energy, and you attract the wrong kind of events to yourself. Feeling sorry for yourself won't change your circumstance. So as you're training, as you're working on becoming a better you, it's really important that you choose to be happy. You choose to be joyful. If you choose to be unhappy, number 1, you feel weak. Number 2, you attract the wrong kind of events. The Bible says a miserable person has evil days continually, but a person with a merry heart has a continual feast. I absolutely love junk food. Like, I literally love it. Well, I don't love it. It's not a human being, but I like it a lot. Every weekend, I binge eat. Like, I don't even eat normal food on the weekend sometimes. I just eat chocolate, ice creams, biscuits. If you can't eat these foods without meditating negatively in your mind, then eat healthy. do it in moderation, okay? Don't be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat 1 spoon of rice every single day, just 1 spoon, because you may not be able to keep it up for a long time. And diligence gives you results, okay? It's about being diligent. You really want to get serious about your diet? I suggest you take lemon and hot water to wash out your system. Slice it, okay? And you squeeze that slice into your cup and pour hot water and drink it. You can drink it in the morning or, you know, in the evening, whatever. You might find yourself going to the toilet a bit more than usual, but it's because your body's releasing all the toxins, okay? So this is good. And forgiving people is good as well. Release the toxins. If you're trying to eat healthy to lose weight and that, you want to eat these sort of things, like green things. It produces alkaline in your body. If you've got a lot of acid in your body and your body holds on to fat as a way of absorbing that acid to stop it from going into your bloodstream.
Alkaline forming foods. Practically all vegetables. Practically all fruits except blueberries, plums, prunes and cranberries.
If you're trying to lose weight and you want snacks that you can eat, buy an apple, cut the apple into little slices. If you eat like a slice every hour or like every 30 minutes or whenever you feel peckish, it makes your metabolism fast.
Your body burns up food quicker the more frequently you eat, and it holds on to it for longer the less frequently you eat.
If you're really trying to lose weight, I advise that you don't eat chocolate and all of that stuff. If you normally eat a full plate of like rice, try to cut it down to half and supplement your diet with fibers, you know, like veg, mixed veg. You could get these and mix it in your noodles and you're good. If you eat that with noodles, put some tuna in there, brother, you are good. So you're looking for protein because you're training and you need it because your muscles need to build back up after you tear them down doing your pull-ups and all that. I advise getting tuna. It's not for the taste of it. Like, get over eating for the taste of it. That's kind of feminine. Okay, be hard and just black out. Eat your tuna, take your creatine, whatever. Do it not for the taste, but for what it's gonna make of you. Now, you can either spend 80p or you could spend £5 on like the more expensive brands, which I don't wanna show because I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't get them, but I am saying that this will give you results as well, okay? It's up to you. My abs are obviously still there, so I know what I'm talking about. If you're eating this and you're being physically active, you know, and you're not meditating on negative images as you're eating, then you're cool. If you're gonna meditate negatively, like you're taking a bite and you're thinking, oh God, I'm gonna put on weight, oh my goodness, then don't eat it. At the end of the journey, at the end of life, when it comes down to it, all that you've got left is you and your faith. Jesus said, if you say something and you believe in your heart that it shall come to pass, you will have whatsoever you say. Whatsoever means positive or negative. The problem is, when you're telling people about how terrible your life is, you're speaking with a lot of faith. You're believing what you're saying, and so you're gonna keep having what you're saying. But if you will begin to talk about how great life is, you're gonna have more of that. Speak and believe in your heart, and you shall have whatsoever you say. Your mouth is how you receive the blessings of God. Reading it in the Bible is not enough. You need to say it with your mouth. Say you're healed. Say that prosperity is yours. Say that good things are happening, even when it does not seem to be so. Because Jesus said, if you believe what you're saying, you're gonna have it. So we've spoken about the X and the Y persona. And you know the X persona is supposed to take care of the woman, to take care of the garden. And the Y persona is supposed to protect the woman, to protect the garden. To be born as a male is to be born into this uniform of masculinity. You're automatically a soldier, but at the same time, you're a nurse. You're somebody who nurtures. So it's up to you to cultivate both personalities. When you cultivate both personalities, that's when you accurately mirror God, because you're created to be His image and His likeness. But the thing is, a woman would sooner find the image of God in a masculine, strong, bad boy than in a soft guy, because God is anything but soft and weak. Jesus Christ is very mighty. Yeah, yo, come here, you sexy thing. Look at you. Come here. Is that your boyfriend? Look, he's short. Come here, come here.
No.
Look, I will beat you up right now. You mad?
Shut your mouth.
What do you mean?
What?
Look. What the heck? Is that your boyfriend? Look, he's shook. Come here, come here. Not today. Come here, you fat ass woman.
No.
What do you mean by no? Come here. I will beat you up right now. You mad? What did you say to her? What were you saying? Huh? What were you saying? You're not bad anymore, are you? Huh? Huh? Jesus Christ is referred to as the Good Shepherd. And Jesus Christ said he's not like the hireling who doesn't care for the sheep. When he sees trouble coming, he runs away, like that first guy. Jesus is like the other guy. He stands up and he fights for his people. Imagine the Bible actually tells you to put on the image of Christ. Look at me, yeah, and look at my big arms, yeah. You think God designed me and you with big arms so that we can wash plates? No. There's nothing wrong with doing it. Because you know in my heart, like, I want to do things in it. I want to hoover, I want to wash up. But don't do it for the guilt. And brother, don't even let her see you doing it. Hey, tell me something. If you saw a guy washing plates, would you be like, ooh, that's so sexy?
No.
Yeah?
Why would that be sexy?
I don't know. What would you think?
No, it's not sexy. I mean, it's fine that he can do it and he wants to do that, but I'm a girl and I would rather do that.
Tell me one job that you might see him doing and you'd think, ooh, that's sexy.
I saw a man, you know, furnitures, putting it all together from IKEA.
Okay.
That was quite sexy.
Stop. Guys, Jesus was a carpenter.
But it's not about him doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about him knowing how to do that. Not how he looks.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the way that he knows how to do that and he's keen to do that.
It's literally the image of Jesus that they are programmed to respond to. So after that interaction, I did a Google search about carpentry and attraction, and some interesting things came up.
I don't know that I really like furniture that much, says Karen, an avid fan of Instagram carpenters who echoes Chris's sentiments. But it's soothing to me. I like watching them make things. But some of the women I interviewed also didn't deny that it was a turn-on to watch a man fashion a piece of furniture out of a hunk of wood. It's hot.
You might think, oh, I'm winning points by washing up, and she's going to think I'm husband material. The husband material guy gets treated differently than the attractive Y persona guy. The husband material guy is normally the ex guy, and girls put him through a different set of tests. I'm telling you, girls will usually spend their youth with the Y persona bad boys, the Y persona males. And then when they're like getting to 30 years old, they'll come to the ex persona nice guy and settle down with him. I am not saying it's good or bad, but it's reality. Do not strive to come across as an ex-guy, as a husband material guy. XY is the perfect balance. You want to be the XY male. Girls don't necessarily want to have a family with the Y persona males. They just get their genes and then they bring those genes to the X persona male for him to raise, because, you know, he's good at caring for things. He's a tender male, and we see the same behavior in the animal kingdom. Amongst the birds, for instance, where some female birds will go away from their nest, you know, they've got a mate and that, they go away, they basically copulate with another male bird, and then they bring the result of that to the bird at the nest, to their male bird, for him to raise the offspring. If you do want to wash up, hide and do it. A lot of the times you might hear a girl say to you, no, don't do that, that's my job. Listen to her. Do you get my point? So I'm not saying don't get married. I'm not saying don't love women. I'm not saying don't be nice to them. I'm just saying, why hide your masculinity, thereby turning off the woman or opening up a window for another guy who probably will treat her like she's nothing. He'll probably ruin her life. He'll just get her pregnant and probably leave her. Why act soft and overly nice for another guy to come in and do that? So brother, The ex-persona, the tender male, he's usually the product of a family. A house where the father was there, the mother was there, he was being loved and cared for, he was protected. That makes him tender because he never has to exercise his own power to protect himself. But the Y persona is usually a product of a broken family. A family where the father is maybe dead or just not around. Or maybe his dad was there, but his dad was abusive. Because he has to protect himself, that makes him harden up. Especially if it's from an early age that he lost his dad, you know. And so he had to become strong to protect himself. And by trying to protect himself, by trying to be a father to himself, he develops his masculinity, his Y energy. But in any case, I came from what I'd consider a safe family, a safe childhood, you know. I left home at a very young age. When I came out, I was quite tender. Up until then, I'd pretty much been around my father. My father's a great man, you know. Very strong and very masculine, very Y. But also, towards me, very X. He was like the nicest person ever, okay? And so I love my dad. Like, I've seen him fight men and like body slam them to the ground. I'm talking like army officers and that. The result of that was that I was just tender because I had no reason to protect myself. My dad was this great mighty warrior. But then after I left home, I came into a situation where I had to begin to use my Y persona. I was in a situation where like I had to barge people and maintain eye contact and establish dominance. Sounds crazy, right? As 15, 16-year-olds, you're on a bus, yeah, and you guys lock eye contact. What would happen in that moment? What was like the...
It could be a stare-up.
A stare-up?
Who looks away first.
And what could that escalate to if no one looks away?
That could be a fight.
A fight?
Yeah.
Could people get stabbed?
You could lose their life.
I started mixing up with like a different crowd now. And these guys were pretty much in the streets. As time went on, me and these guys bonded. You know, they became my friends, my family. And I started to adopt their ways. You know, and I started to harden up. My cousin was like the baddest boy that ever lived. He was gangster. He'd fight gangs of motorbike guys. Being around him and then being around our friends and being in the hood, my white persona started developing. But then at age 17, I started saying that I wanted my dominance back from girls, because even though I was adopting this bad boy character, with females I was still being soft and nice, and I noticed that something was missing. I'd write these nice text messages and you know, they'd like me for it. And my messages were so nice that my friends would give me their phone to compose these text messages. At 17, it wasn't working anymore. And I was like, what? I was thinking, right, like, why are these girls, they're on me, you know, they fancy me and that. There was a certain level of disrespect I didn't like. It wasn't even disrespect, it was just something inside me wanted to be dominant. It was a desire for dominion. I just said to myself, I need to get my power back. For like a 6-month period, I went away from everybody and I was reading books on power, seduction, neuro-linguistic programming, and I started to understand female psychology, you know, with regards to mating. I started to understand the dynamics of, you know, socializing with females. And shortly after my period of like intense studying, I started being more cocky, more dominant, being playfully rude. Girls were all over me. It was the craziest thing. I started to see a different side to females I had never seen before as a nice guy. Now, these girls would have boyfriends, but they'd be next to me doing all kinds of crazy things, talking to their boyfriends after or at the same time.
Yeah. They mentioned their boyfriend with all of us, yeah.
I went through a period where I felt like, nah, I don't just want to keep saying, oh, you have a big head. I've seen how that works. I want to try something else. They loved me, they'd fall for me, they'd fall for my bad boy persona, but I didn't feel that it was positive. And a part of me wanted something different, you know? So I wanted to truly be the man that I was communicating that I was. I wanted to have that same power without the negative part of it. And that sent me on another journey. I wanted to truly become it. In the olden times, a young boy would have a way to transition from boyhood to manhood. You know, he would go from the tender care of his family to the outside world somehow, maybe to a forest or something, and survive for the night. I'll tell you Jesus' transition. Jesus' transition, at age 30, he went to the desert with wild animals and stayed there for 40 days and nights without eating any food. The Bible said he was there with the beast, the wild animals. And he survived that, eating nothing, and then he came back out as a gangster, triumphant, gangster, triumphant, gangster. We don't have to be that extreme, but you need something to transition you. And if you will follow the advice I give you in this video especially, then you will definitely transition from boyhood to manhood to masculinity. Brother, you don't need to chase friends, you don't need to chase females. Right now, if you're feeling like you're not strong enough, if you're feeling like you're skinny, if you're feeling like you're too tender, you're feeling like girls aren't really respecting you how you want to be respected, brother, do not let that crush you. That's life trying to help you transition. The pain of rejection from females is normally the design of life trying to help you to develop your masculinity. Embrace that pain. Don't feel like it's hopeless. It is not. The thing is, that transition period can be painful. But if you allow that pain to make you become resentful, bitter, then that pain will crush you. But if you allow that pain to motivate you to work harder, to work on yourself diligently, then it will make something of you. And all the girls that rejected you, brother, will line up for you. Believe that. And more. They will chase you. You just need to shine. Brother, nurture's better than nature. Nurture yourself to greatness. This is your time for excellence. Nurture yourself to greatness. Nurture yourself to excellence. Channel all the pain into making your body stronger, your mind stronger, and your spirit stronger. Right now, I'm training. Am I in the mood? I'm not in the mood to train. Am I gonna stop training? No way. Stopping's not an option, brother. Apparently my feelings think it's not a good day. Apparently the sun's too hot. Apparently I'm not in the mood. But I'm a man and I'm masculine, and I don't listen to my feelings. Neither should you. Females don't want a guy who's all emotional. Why? It's because that doesn't reflect the nature of Jesus. Jesus Christ went to the cross to die. He didn't feel like dying. He didn't feel like going to the cross to suffer. And so we black out and we do what we have to do. It's expected of us. We're built that way. It's inside us. And girls are programmed to respond to that powerfully. I've trained diligently for how many years now? I don't even know. But if I only trained when I felt like training, I don't know how many times I would have trained. It's not about your feelings. It's about making a decision to be a better you and sticking to that decision. And I call that principle over emotions. But imagine your emotions being over your principles. That's crazy. That's like a horse riding a human being. No, a man is supposed to ride a horse. A man is supposed to ride his emotions. So I'm not saying that you should become a robot. There's a time for eating ice cream and chilling out. And there's a time for blacking out on your feelings and all of that girly stuff. Brother, we don't care about the weather. The only weather that matters is whether we're going to do it or not. Principles over emotions. Here's the thing, like, you can make white chemicals surge through your body. You can put your body through activities that make you harder, that help you to experience masculinity. I walk in the power of Dominion. You can choose the moment that special things happen in your life. Start speaking. For instance, by so and so date, so and so is going to happen to me, or I will be so and so. You set the moment for your success. There's a woman in the Bible who for 12 years, she suffered from an issue of blood. She said to herself, if only I touch his garment, the very end of his garment, I will be healed. And as she did that, Jesus turned and said to her, take courage, daughter. Your faith has healed you. Jesus didn't say, I've healed you. Jesus said, your faith has healed you. This woman suffered for 12 years. All of those 12 years, her faith could have healed her.
Right now, I'm using a DJI Mavic Air. It's a drone, and you can go into smart mode and control it with your hand movements. Do you know what this reminds me of? Controlling the wind. Your knowledge of Dominion is how you go into smart mode in life and start to control things supernaturally. In higher levels of life, things are controlled by voice commands, by hand gestures, by mental intent. Like 100 years ago, you couldn't talk to your mobile phone and tell it, call this person for me or call that person for me. Heck, they didn't even have mobile phones. But God created the world by voice command, and he intends for you to do the same. You're being in his image and likeness, so speak with that knowledge and have faith.
I want to talk to you about a principle. It's called pretend. Remember we talk about tend. To tend means to nurture. And you know pre is before. When you're pretending like you're weak, but you think it's humility, you're pre-nurturing the idea of weakness. And what happens when you nurture something? It gains life. Instead of pretending that you're weak, pretend that you're strong. And pretend that you're dominant. Pretend that you're attractive. Brother, suck your stomach in front of that mirror. Pretend like, I can see the packs. This is faith. Start to pretend positively. When you pretend, you are pre-nurturing an idea. And you know how white energy kills? Like if I go boom to a person's face, like I'm destroying that person. So white energy destroys, but X energy literally gives life. It makes things come alive. Nurturing and tending, you know, they're X energy. So when you're pretending, you're literally giving life. Think about it this way. Y energy ignores. X energy pays attention. So look, if there's something negative in your life and you're paying attention to it, you're making it grow. If you look in the mirror and you pay attention to how much hair you're losing, how your body's fat, you're giving attention to the wrong things. You're giving X energy to the wrong things. You're better off giving X energy to what you want to multiply. Pre-nurture the idea of greatness. How do you pretend to be great? Well, you need to start talking like it. This is the truth. We're all pretending. You're pretending to be the guy who gets all the girls and you're so confident of yourself, or you're pretending to be the guy who gets no girls, no one's ever liked you, no girl has ever fancied you. And when you're pretending, you're giving birth to that image. You're giving birth to that notion. You're giving birth to that identity. Give birth to the right identity. When you wake up in the morning, don't pretend like, oh, it's gonna be a bad day. That's crazy. Pretend like it's gonna be a great day. Don't pretend like you're too sick. Pretend like you're so well. Give life to the right things. X energy gives life. You know the woman is XX and she gives birth, you know? So like God is amazing the way he's designed it. Even from her breast come milk. She literally gives life. In biology, XX is the female and XY is the male. Brother, life is so interesting and God is so amazing. He made the woman to be a type of training for the man. So like, you know, the woman pretends like she doesn't like you. She pretends like she's not gonna, you know, go there or do this or that. And you pretend like she's gonna do it. Have you ever experienced that? The point is, if your pretense that the woman likes you is stronger than her pretense that she doesn't like you, she'll eventually like you. It doesn't matter what she's saying. Just like in life, it doesn't matter if life is saying, no, you can't do it. If you keep saying, yes, I can, yes, you will do it.
Jesus said, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Look at that tiny mustard seed. Think about how big a mountain is. You could say to a mountain to move from here to there with small faith like a mustard seed, and that mountain will obey you, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Now, Jesus is not a liar. When he says nothing, he really means nothing. Think about it. All of her tests, it's pretending like she's too good for you. Pretending like she's not interested. Pretending like, oh, you're not good enough or you're boring. I don't know. Whatever. It depends, right? And your pretense is like, yeah, you like me. Yeah, you're into me. But if you bite into her reality and you start pretending like she actually doesn't like you, like if you take her pretense to be reality, she'll lose attraction for you. She won't like you. Your pretense has to be stronger than hers. Just like in life, your pretense has to be stronger than what life is trying to show you. Because reality doesn't come from the outside. Reality comes from the inside. Yo!
Oh god.
Like, did you ever experience
Yeah. They mentioned the boyfriend with the Uber.
Yeah, they're with us.
Yeah.
Have you genuinely ever tried to be a nice guy with a particular girl
Yeah.
as a way of getting her?
Nah. Because obviously we know.
You know,
Yeah.
that just does not.
Yeah.
Yeah? So,
I'll try and be nice if I'm trying to just keep her as friends or I don't want it to go anywhere.
what would you say your personality type is like? Like, what are you coming
Dominant,
on?
aggressive. Yeah.
Can you give an example? Say you're gonna talk to a girl, yeah? Or
It's like I'll see it as if I'm getting into a fight. It's like that same thing. It's
Yeah.
like you're taking it by. Do you know what I'm saying? We're making sure it happens.
you're taking them by what?
Force.
So it's like you're taking dominion,
Yeah.
like you're taking charge,
Yeah.
not really asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like a normal guy, a nice guy might walk up to a girl and be like, "Hi, you're nice. Can I have your number, please?" Like, would you say that to a girl?
Never.
Never, yeah. You wouldn't walk up to her and say, "Hi, you're nice. Can I have your number, please?"
I could because I could, and it would work. I could because I know it, and how they'll just feel that I'm taking a piss, and they'll want to give it. But nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't suggest anyone does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you normally do? Remember when we went carny and it was mad?
Grab, touch the arm,
Yeah.
pull them in, and then talk. Body language,
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of body language would you have?
Maybe if I see someone, maybe grab them by the hand, pull them in, and then whisper in the ear and lean over them.
Let's just call him Wiggs, yeah? Yeah? What's that thing he does when he talks to, when he comes about and
He flares up his shoulders.
yeah?
Yeah.
Do it, please.
So he flares up his shoulders and corners them in.
And corners them.
So he makes himself look bigger, and they look smaller.
Like, girls have been spat on.
Yeah.
And they like man for it.
Yeah, of course. You got to show that side, but you also got to show the care and loving side. But it's like a shell. You always got to make sure that there's a shell, but there's a nice side to it as well. They won't respect the affection if they don't know there's protection. It's like say for example you got a security guard. He could be nice and give a kid sweets, but you got to know he's got a big gun in his waist.
But the thing is, this information that you're hearing from him, it hasn't just come from 1 year of dealing with females. This is
I never used to do that. Yeah, I was only hard, but then no. But you need to know how you do it because it can go wrong.
so quickly, yeah?
Yeah, if you're so nice, you could lose them. So you need to make sure you've got a balance in your head almost. So you know, okay.
Can you
See
see
what I'm
it?
saying? And what they'll do, they'll throw tests. When you're nice like that, they'll throw tests. So you need to make sure it's in your character. As soon as you feel a test coming on, you snap back and you let them know. And they respect you for that.
You let them know. What do you mean by that?
You let them know that, in the analogy of the security guard, that there's still a big gun in your waist. A girl wants to be a reflection of you. So a girl wants to be treated good because you treat yourself good. If they see it as you're treating them good better than yourself, they might start looking at you like, well, you're not as good. Or maybe I'm better than you, or they won't respect you.
Bro, isn't it commonplace, yeah, that girls who are in relationships with nice guys
come out of those relationships to meet up with
Yeah, and smash other, yeah.
a lot of guys on
And
our
link-
side.
And link guys on the other side, yeah.
Yeah? And they'd answer the phone
Like everything's normal.
like everything's normal when the other guy is right next to them, no?
Right, next to them, right, yeah.
Next to them, bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah.
In the moment.
Yeah.
Is it worth knowing? Like,
Oh, you should know. Oh, yeah, because ignorance isn't bliss.
it's not, is it?
No.
But you see that knowledge, yeah, of how to like dominate an interaction and all of those things, yeah?
You can work outside of being a setting as well. Yeah.
It does, right? It applies directly to life, innit?
Yeah.
Like knowing when a guy might be trying it, how to hurt him up, what to do, innit?
And also know when you're maybe too full on and you're making some guy not feel comfortable, so you wind back in to make the situation be better.
Yeah, like knowing how to read subtle social cues,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
From our background.
Yeah.
What's the normal body language? Like, what's the normal body language that you've seen? You know, just bros around.
Yeah, KG.
What's KG?
KG, so suspicious of other people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Suspicious of, what do you mean?
Withdrawn. Not
Withdrawn.
open, closed.
You would think I literally scripted this out for him, I did not. Not open, closed, that's the normal body language, suspicious.
Yeah.
And what would that be? Would that be like looking down or what kind of...
No, vigilant.
In what way?
Looking around, because you need to know what's around you, you need to know who's around you.
Any of the guys you've grown up with, have you seen someone walking like this? Like this as their body language?
No way, they'll get targeted.
Come closer,
Yeah, they'll get targeted.
they'll get targeted.
Yeah.
So Rob, walking up to this girl here, you wouldn't smile.
No.
Like, so what kind of facial expression would that be?
Like I'm angry.
Like you're angry.
Yeah.
And you find that works?
Yeah, it does work.
It does work.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be smiling?
No way.
No way.
Yeah, she needs to know that we've got an issue.
Oh God. You know how when we were like, say like 17, 18, yeah? And let's just call him, he would talk about how he's gonna get this and get that.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't talk about it in the sense of I'm gonna get it. He'd talk about it in that sense, but he'd also talk about it in the sense of I have this and I have that already. But then as life went on, didn't he actually come to have everything he said he had? Plus more.
Exactly that.
Isn't that crazy? Talking to you. Why are you smiling like that?
Notice how he flirts by misreading her actions to suit his delusion that she likes him. Maintaining eye contact is a way of exerting dominance. Notice.
So it would really be nice to take you out sometime. Like, I feel like, you know, everything's going really well, you know, yeah. Like, I really think everything's really nice.
Why would
But
you
how's
not
your
look at
day?
me? Why would you not look at
I
me?
can look at you, what do you mean? Why would I look at you?
Why can't
Why
you?
do I need to look
Why
at you?
can't you look in my eyes?
Why do I need to look in your eye? So how's your weekend?
Okay.
Yeah?
He maintains eye contact. She becomes girly. She becomes feminine within the safe boundary of your masculinity. She has to first test your masculinity to see if it's safe to become vulnerable with you.
They won't respect the affection if they don't know the protection.
Her test is for testosterone. Displaying estrogen-driven behaviours to her test will make her lose attraction. Displaying testosterone-driven behaviours will increase attraction. Women truly are not designed to replicate soft males. Hence, just before women ovulate, there tends to be an increase in irritability, which in turn causes more test. And if you're able to handle her and the period tests, her attraction for you increases as well as her libido. Her period comes round for physiological reasons but also for psychological intent. Her mood swings come to regulate your behaviour so you don't become too tender in a relationship and help you to swing from X to Y once in a while. The average time of a woman's period is 3 to 7 days. That's 1 week out of 4 weeks in a month. The above ratio shows that a relationship should be had mostly in tender energy, but you still must have Y energy.
When you're nice like that, they'll throw tests. So you need to make sure it's in your character. As soon as you feel a test coming on, you snap back and you let them know. And they respect you for that.
You don't.
I got A stars in my GCSE.
Doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. I can
No,
like
it doesn't.
dumb.
You're still stupid. You dumb.
You think I'm dumb?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
When did you learn how to think?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch you.
Yeah.
You wish I would touch you.
No, don't
No,
touch
you
me.
actually wish I would
Don't
touch
get
you.
close. Don't get close.
Is that a spider on your bed?
No. No.
Not all tests need a verbal response. Remember, she's testing for dominance and faith.
Stop.
Pardon?
Keep
Yes.
this away.
Yeah, you heard nice. Good, good. So yeah, what were you saying?
I said you're stupid.
You think I'm stupid?
Yes.
Amazing. Give me a high five.
No.
Give me a high five.
No.
No, give me a high five.
Because you're gonna do something to
How
me.
about I'm stupid? I'm gonna tickle you. What?
Use play fighting to demonstrate dominance during her test instead of becoming sad, or becoming afraid, or becoming too serious. To react emotionally to her pretense means her pretense is stronger than yours.
Your pretense has to dominate, so that when you're in the storms of life and she's acting like everything's just bad, you have to be cool and acting like everything is all cool, but you're both acting. But your pretense has to dominate the situation, like Jesus when he was in the boat and there was a storm and he was with his disciples and his disciples were worried, so they woke him up. They're like, Master, Master, don't you care that we perish? And he turned and rebuked the wind and there was perfect calm. And then he turned to the disciples and said, where is your faith? Why are you so afraid? And they were like, what kind of man is this that the winds and the sea obey him? Jesus demonstrated faith and dominion.
Your hair's all messy now. They don't like you anymore.
What? Sorry?
Your hair's all messy.
You should like me regardless.
Notice the constant playful aggressive energy as opposed to just being nice.
No, I'm joking. You look nice.
I know.
I was joking.
Expressing your feelings neither communicates faith nor dominion. It communicates vulnerability. Vulnerability isn't a factor.
Because of how you act, I don't know if you're into me. Do you like me? How do you feel about me?
What?
You know,
Why would you get...
like,
Why would you ask that?
no, but how do you feel, you know? How do you think this is going? Let's stop the music because it's messing up things, okay? Because this is a really serious conversation. How do you think things are going? I mean, do you think that, you know, it's too fast to start talking about, you know, like, engagement and...
Ah?
Yeah? Like, how many kids would you like to have?
Ah?
You know? No, but, okay, no, okay. Maybe I'm going too fast, but tell me how you feel. How do you feel about me?
Ah?
Like, how much do you like me?
Ah?
You know, like...
Is that serious conversation?
Like, I really like you. How much do you like me?
No, is that serious conversation? No, I don't get that. I don't
Do you
get that.
like me?
Is that a serious conversation?
I want to know how you feel about me, because I don't know, because you confuse me.
Pretend she's into you and make everything into evidence. Faith is the evidence of things yet unseen. Even when she doesn't know what you're talking about, it doesn't matter. Maintain faith.
You're growing on me, and it's so weird. You know, like when you hear music. You know when you hear music for the shut up, please don't pull that face. You know when you hear music for the first time and you're like, oh, this is the worst song in the world.
Okay.
But then you hear it more and more, and then you're like, I kind of like this song.
Okay.
That's how I feel about you.
Yeah, and what?
If the energy
So
is flat, spike it by thinking of faith statements and speaking
You
them.
may not know this yet, but you're gonna fall in love with me. Yeah, and it's okay. When you fall in love with me,
Do the same with life. When you feel things are dying down, start speaking, start talking. Your faith statements will spike activity. Whatever works with women works with life. Whatever works with life works with women. Women and life are twins.
I won't break your heart, but you're gonna fall in love with me, and I'm just letting you know beforehand.
What? Sorry, what?
You're gonna fall in love
I'm not.
with me.
I'm not.
You absolutely
No,
are.
I'm not.
100%.
No, I'm 100%
No,
not.
I'm telling you. Look in your eyes. I could tell.
My eyes are just...
No. I could tell. I could tell. Look, I could see it.
What can you see?
That you're gonna fall in love with me.
No.
Oh my days. Are you falling for me?
No?
That is crazy.
No!
Dude. Oh my days. That is crazy. Look at that.
Create reality for her to react to instead of reacting to her reality.
Why are you being defensive? That is
I'm
so
not.
cute. Yeah, look, you're being defensive. Oh my days.
No?
Okay, so why didn't you tell me? Why are you pretending then? And you're scratching your nose. You know when people lie, they
Have you
scratch
got
their nose?
schizophrenia or something? Any
Why did you
mental
tell-
problems? Don't touch me.
Why did you tell me that you're falling for me?
I'm not. Ow.
That did not hurt. Stop pretending.
Yeah, it didn't hurt, but...
Yes, stop pretending. You're just pretending. Pretending all the way. Oh my goodness, she likes me. Okay, just to let you know.
I can't deal with you.
Just to let you know.
Right.
In future, you should tell a guy. Oh my goodness.
Right, Giga, that's enough.
That's crazy.
If you really want to lose weight, I advise doing cardio. But not the kind of cardio where you're running and you're out of breath. No, just find somewhere in your house where you can run on a spot. Put some cushion on that spot. Find trainers that will absorb the shock as you're running. And then I want you to jog lightly on that spot for about 30 minutes. But don't think of it in terms of 30 minutes. Think of it in terms of 10 songs that you absolutely like. Don't think about the time. Just enjoy the music. To do your cardio, you could be right in your bedroom. You literally don't need a lot of space to do your cardio. And if you've got a TV in your bedroom, watch TV. But do it 3 times a week. You'll get results. So this isn't all the stuff I eat. But this is just a few. Guys, just loads of chocolate. This, that. Cooking. Like donuts. These guys got this big tub of ice cream. It's massive, and this is literally for like a few days, like 2 days, and this will be gone. All these guys will just be for the week. By the weekend, I'm gonna have to re-up on all of that cake. You know, like chocolate cake. This is gonna be gone so quickly. I love this chocolate cake, by the way. So nice. And yet with all that, look at my physique. I don't try to eat healthy if you're talking about what goes in through the mouth. But I eat healthy if you're talking about what goes in through the eyes and through the ears. I watch my mouth. I don't talk crazy about my physique. The FAT word, I hardly used it. And I advise buying a sweatsuit. It will help you lose weight that much faster. It really works, trust me. Do it 3 times a week at least. This is an example of how a conversation might go on, for instance, or any other website. Why haven't I got your number?
Why would you?
Just because.
Okay, alright.
So what is it? 07? And it says you're 29 miles away. Where's that?
Are you?
Is where you're gonna fall for me.
Funny guy, you're hilarious. What do you do?
I make
Fall in love all around the world.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Granny knickers in a twist this morning. Of course you don't need it, but you want it, I can tell.
Why would I want a man with 5 million other around the world in love with him too?
Okay, anyway. 07?
Watch your Instagram. I need to judge you more.
Haha, your feelings are jumping more than usual though. Surely they've judged.
No, I need to see your face more because I'm looking for the perfect mate.
Oh my goodness, woman, you are straight to the point. You want to get in my jeans. Here's what, I want to know the sound of your voice first, then we're gonna meet up.
I don't know yet, but yes, that's what I'm trying to find out. So what is your Instagram? And I'm definitely not meeting you today.
Why? Did you wake up with a spot on your nose? Haha, I understand.
Because I don't know who you are and you're way too cocky and demanding. And I'm definitely not meeting you today.
Brother, by the way, if you say you're muscular and you're at home and you're taking pictures to put online and you're on a dating site and you're hoping that girls are going to see your gains from the gym and that they're going to like you, here's my advice for you. Take pictures of you being outdoors, because the X persona male is introverted, the Y persona male is extroverted, and so when you seem like a person who's outdoors, you seem like a Y persona male. So the first twins that were ever recorded in the Bible was a guy called Jacob and a guy called Esau. And what God did there was quite amazing because he describes XY. The text in Genesis 25:27 says that Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the outdoors, and Jacob was a quiet, peaceful man who liked to stay indoors. Stayed indoors, man of the outdoors, smooth body, hairy body, peaceful, quiet, combative, hunter, tender, keeper. Esau's hairiness compared to Jacob's smooth body suggests that Esau had more testosterone than Jacob, and you can see how that testosterone drove him to do activities like hunting and just being outdoors generally. The lack of testosterone in Jacob is why he had a smooth body and tended to stay indoors and was quiet and peaceful. The Y persona in a male will usually drive him to go outside. The X and the Y persona together properly reflects the image of Jesus. Let's look at Jesus. God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Ghost and with power, who went around doing good and healing all that were oppressed. So see what he's doing. He's out. Y activity, but he's healing. X activities, he's doing good. He is the full male. Let's look at another text that shows us Jesus's keeper side. It says, "And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money and overthrew the tables." He made a whip and overthrew their tables. That is not something the tender male does. And so if you upload like 10 pictures of you in front of the mirror, they may not communicate what you think they're communicating. Because you're constantly in the same area, it's actually communicating that you're introverted. Now the girls may not consciously know that, but there's a certain attraction switch in their mind that won't go off as they're looking at you. Jesus humbled his masculinity to go on the cross because he is the good shepherd and he cares for us. What do you mean by no? Come here, I will beat you up right now. You mad? Did you say to her?